Welcome to all the classic car enthusiasts. Well, things are feeling a lot better since last week. I think I had a virus or some stomach bug or something, but I'm feeling a lot better now, and I'm just trying to kind of get the old mojo going and get back into the workshop. Unfortunately, no spares have turned up. I did get the spares from Mini Spares last week. I ordered some bits and pieces, but the stuff from Mini Sport still hasn't arrived. I mean, it's looking like over 2.5 weeks. It's just unbelievable. But the good news is I went down to the insurance office today and got my registration plates for the E-Type, and they're actually here. And this is what they do with them. They put them into these paper sheets and then put them into a into like a safe, a strong room. And it actually says here the 1st of October 2018. It's printed on here. So that's me got my, I don't know what that says on it, but basically what they do is they lock them up. So what you give them is you give them the registration document of the vehicle, which is this one here. So this is the registration document, so they keep that as well, and they take the plates off. The car is obviously insured for fire and theft or damage to it while it's in the garage over the winter period. But then you get the plates back, and as you can see, there they are. FF Jag 1. So what I'll do is I'll show you in the garage, and I'll put these plates on. So that's us ready for another season. So I can put that into my wallet, and I'll be doing some servicing on the car, some bits and pieces around the garage. I'm going to motivate myself today to really get on and do something. Like a lot of people at the moment, I just find it really hard to kind of get the old mojo going, and mind you, not being well last week didn't help much. So yeah, I hope I can put something a bit interesting up, and yeah, just get on with things generally. So I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now. So I'm just going to show you, if you're not familiar with it, in Austria. I think Austria and Germany they do this. I'm not sure about the other European mainland countries. So basically what happens is these number plates are given up towards the end of the year when you put in the classic car off the road, and although the car is still insured while it's in the workshop, it obviously can't be driven on the road without these plates. It's not possible, I think I've said this before, but it's not possible in Austria to drive a car without insurance. So the number plates of the insurance, unlike the UK where you have named drivers, basically anybody that's not suspended from driving can drive this car fully comprehensive, or whatever the cover is you've got. Obviously this is fully comprehensive. So it's the plate that shows you have the insurance. If for some reason it wouldn't happen here because of the mentality of people that just abide by the law, if you didn't pay your insurance and you had these plates, the police would come along and take them off, because it's very easy to get them out. But basically all that happens is you put the plate in, shove it into the top there, and then just push along, and then there's two clips. You won't be able to see them, but maybe you can see there's a clip there, there's another clip there. I can just push it up with my finger, and you can see it there. So now the plate is in and it's solid, and that's how the system works here. You can have up to 3 cars on one number plate. You have to have the named cars, of course, and the way it works is you have the highest horsepower you have to pay the insurance for. So theoretically, if you were driving a white van or a work van during the week, you could take these plates off if you park the car off the main road or in a garage, whatever, certainly off the highway, public highway, and you can put these plates then into your Porsche or whatever you wanted, basically whatever car you want. But I think you can be allowed up to 3 cars on one plate, which pretty much makes sense. And the same situation with the road tax in this country. There is no road tax as such. There is a highway tax or an autobahn tax, and you can buy it weekly or 2 weekly or monthly, whatever. And if you don't use the autobahn, you don't pay. It's as simple as that. So for tourists coming over, they can just pay weekly, whatever. So it's a reasonably small amount even for the whole year. I think it's not more than about €65 for the year anyway for the Autobahns. But theoretically you could drive around Austria without using the Autobahn. So there you go, that's how the plates go on. So I've just topped up the engine oil now. This car is kind of over-serviced for the amount of mileage that it does. It's had a new filter, new oil in it. So I'll just pop this back in and just double check it. Quite a nice system that they have on this. This is the cap for the oil. Nice screw on fit. And I'll give these cam covers a nice clean up as well. We'll put some Autosolve on them, we're really good. So just for your information, I like to use the best I can for the Jaguar because it's important. I mean, it is a matched numbered engine and gearbox and body, and obviously I want to keep it in really good condition. So what I use is this, which is Keith Miller's oil, classic oil. Really good stuff. You can get it in lots of any good distributors. You can get it, and there's there he is on the side there. And I think his logo is, "The quality of my oil will be rigidly adhered to." That says everything about Keith. Yeah, good stuff. So as you can see here, I've got a few different oils that I've used over a period of time. This is the Castrol oil. This is Morris, which is sold by S&G Barrett. It's the same, all 2050s. This is sold by I don't know where else you can get it, but I know Mini Spares. I normally buy it from Mini Spares when I'm there, and this is just a Halfords one. To be absolutely honest, I've never found one particular oil better than another, because they're a mineral oil. They're natural. They're not synthetic like cars are nowadays. I think with a lot of these things is you're paying for the name, like a lot of products. You know, Castrol has a good name. It's synonymous with the Jaguar because Castrol and Shell and that were very big at the time, and some of these other companies weren't. And so I think a little bit they play on your loyalty to the brand. You know, kind of like Heinz's baby food, that kind of thing. So obviously you're going to pay more for this than you would, say, for instance, for the Halfords one. And it's pretty much the same oil. You don't need to take my word for it, but you can talk to just about anybody about oils, and you know, as long as the viscosity is right, it's right. And the other thing about classic cars is, you know, these cars will never see or never do what they did the first time around. We mollycoddle them, and we do very few mileage. We do very little mileage in them. We don't keep them outside. So you know, we tend to, as I say, we over-cosset them a little bit, because you know, we've either restored them or we've spent a lot of time with them, or they're our favourite cars, whatever. So you know, I think this oil thing is something that is your own choice, but you know, these are just some of very many different types. So yeah, I just want to show you the different types that I've used, and to be honest, I've found no difference between one and the other. So hopefully you can see from here that this line now is now straight across the back. The actual boot skin was being pushed in, and there was a bit of a gap here in the centre. You can see that's looking nice now. Now this is just something I tried out just to see if it would bring this out, and obviously there is enough stretch in it to do that. So this isn't actually fixed. What I've done is I've cheated a bit, and I'll show you what I've done. It's basically a marker pen inside, so you can see how it is now, nice and straight. Open this up, and you can see it is actually, you can see it's just a marker pen that's there, and now you can see where that ridge is. You can see it now where my finger is. So what I'll do is I now know that I need to pull it out to at least that extent, and it will sit. I'll do it right in the centre. It's pushing against the I can see it sitting right against that. As you can see, I've got nothing here at the back of the boot yet. Still a few jobs to do, But we've just put this black interior in here and we've got some finishing work to do. So I can now, what I need to do now is get a special rubber edge for this, which is one that I recommended to Tom Shorrock for his Mini, because he had some problems with the boot lid not fitting well. So there's a company called Woolies, and I'm going to get in touch with them and buy a special rubber that will fit on here, particularly for this job, because an original one is too stiff, and then when I close it, it will then sit much better on the car. Again, I think I mentioned this before, the rams I have on this are from an Audi A4 boot, and they're a bit tired, so I might put some new ones on it for coming to IMM, because it only flicks open so far, and then you have to open it a little bit on your own like that. But it runs quite well, so I'm pretty happy with it. And it's unusual to have a boot that opens sideways on anyway. Stay safe, keep the faith, and enjoy your hobby.